Aloha and welcome to this wonderful chapter that I'm so excited to share with you because it is about recharging our energy field. It's about going into the day and having energy available to actually do what you want to do. I want you to be ready and available for whatever life has to offer to you. You know, I don't want you to sit down and say, I'm tired, I can't go do this with you. Or if I was more energetic, I would maybe have joy in my life. No, I want you to have all of that. I want you to have enough energy for what you need to do and enough energy for what you want to do, and then energy left over at the end of the day. So when you go to bed, you'll say, this is a wonderful day. And the reason why I'm going to bed is I'm just going to look forward to sleeping, not because you're completely exhausted. Okay? And it is possible. Now, it's not possible to spend 3-4 hours of recharging every day in order to get there, because then you're actually taking time out of your day. You're taking time away from the day. That's not what this is about. This is practical spirituality. And so I have found over the years, over many, many years, and used certain tools and discarded others, I found the gold that's absolutely effective and doesn't need a lot of time for you to practice. And so I'm going to share these tools with you. And we're going to go over 3 specific ways of how you can recharge your energy in your day, every day, in very simple ways. Okay? So I'm hoping you're going to be on. I want you to really be focused, present, maybe have something to write, and then we can go over these, really golden techniques, together. So with me? Okay. Now, why do we need to have a recharge energy field? First of all, why don't we just want to, go with what we have available in our day? Well, look at a child. When they run around, when they play, when they drive their bicycles, haven't you thought, my God, where do they get all that energy from? Have you looked at animals? They play like we just have kittens. They play and play and play and play. And we're like, when are they tired? Okay, what is it? Well, there's one way of how the energy doesn't get drained, and that is if you don't get distracted from your divine source at all. Because what really feeds you is not your food, it's not the oxygen. That contributes. What really feeds you is the divine energy that comes into your physical body, into your system, and that the system uses. And that is also what the system does with food and water and oxygen. It transforms it, changes it into this energy, okay? So the body actually needs energy in order to make energy out of food and, out of water, out of oxygen, okay? Now, if you bypass that and you go directly to energy and you let energy in very specific ways, you're not going to drain as much. Now, what the children do, they don't get distracted from the divine source. They're basically constantly tapped in and turned on to their divine energy. And so they are not utilizing any kind of negative energies or being bogged down by them. Now, that is not the case with us. Okay? It would be great. And if we're enlightened, we don't need these tools anymore, because then we are exactly there. We have lots of things happening throughout the day. In fact, if you look at certain days that you probably have more draining experiences throughout the day than recharging experiences if you're a normal person, right? There's somebody who yells at you. There's lots of phones that ring at the same time. There's multitasking. You don't have the right food. You don't have time stress. You maybe don't have the money you need. All of that really, takes our energy away. Now, I want us, and in this case, I want you who's listening to my voice right now to fully know in this very moment that this can change for you without any outer circumstances needing to change. How's that? How do you like that? Because it's really hard to change outer circumstances. And even if you try, it won't really work in the long term. So, do you want to embark with me on finding your simple ways of how you use your energy in a way that recharges your body throughout the day. Okay, here we go. First, if you get up in the morning and you did your protection shield like we discussed in the first chapter, I'm assuming that you have energy available. I'm going to share in a little bit how you will have more energy in the morning. But right now, you're starting in the morning and you have energy available for the day. And then you go to work, and then let's say at noon, you're basically done. You just want to lay down and that's it, right? That's what happened to me normally at work. Now, we bring some little things in at your noontime. And here's what I want you to do. And if you're not working in an office, or if you're just, at home, or if your schedule is flexible, just use this noontime thing that I bring up right now anytime that you need energy, okay? And this is what we're going to be doing. We go in a place in nature. Ideally, you can walk out into nature with this tool. If you cannot walk out in nature, you imagine it, okay? But it is about nature. Nature is one of the best ways for us to recharge our physical body, because it's a physical energy and it's vibrating on the level that our physical body vibrates at, and it's vibrating in a harmonious way. So we're bringing in similar energies in a harmonious way, and because it's so harmonic, it actually helps our body to come into a harmonic pattern, okay? Now I'm going to explain to you how you go out in nature and do that. And you can do what I'm saying, obviously, when you're on a walk, anytime you're out in nature, also in a real physical way. Right now, we're going and imagining it. Close your eyes with me. Take a few breaths in and out. Remember what I said in the first chapter, what comes first is you ground yourself. I'm assuming you're grounding every morning. So now it's going to be really short. You just breathe down into your roots a few times and up from your roots in your own rhythm. One more breath, out your roots all the way down to the center of the planet. And in, fresh energy from the planet. And now visualize yourself, or imagine, or even just allow it. If you have difficulty with imagining and that kind of stuff, just allow yourself to energetically be in a beautiful place in nature. It could be a beach. It could be a forest. It could be up on a mountaintop. I like to go to a power place on the planet, like Machu Picchu. Now stand there. Have your feet firmly on the ground. And now ask nature, please recharge me with your excess energy. So we're going to do it together. Please recharge me with your excess energy. Now breathe in the energy through your feet, your hands, your skin, and your lungs. Breathing in and out. And do that a few more times in your own rhythm without listening to my voice. Just breathe in powerful, strong energy from nature. Now open up more and say, I'm letting in more energy than I've ever let in before. Open your lungs, open your cells, open your aura. I'm recharging the best way possible for me right now. 3 breaths beyond what you've just let in. Now give thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How do you feel? Are you noticing a difference? Check in with yourself. Now, this is the number one technique that is so powerful and it's so easy that most people just don't even know about it, because they look at me, for example, and they say, how come you always have all this energy? They see me early in the morning, like I get up at 4:30 and I'm meditating, and I come from meditation, I'm super fit. They see me at noon, everybody has their down, I'm super fit. They see me at night, I go to bed like around 12, I'm totally fine. What's going on with you? Well, this is what I'm doing. How long did that take us? Was it maybe 2 minutes? I don't exactly know the time. It doesn't take us long. But there's 2 key ingredients that you need to know about. And I guided you through them, but I want you to also know what we're doing. So one, well, obviously in nature. We're using the energy of nature. If you are in physical nature, that's better because it's very, very strong. And you can go to your favorite tree. I used to do that in my lunch break. Whether it rained, snowed, or whether it was sunshine, I would always go out, skip the talking with your colleagues, just go out in nature, recharge on a tree, then have your lunch. Everything will change. But if you're not out in nature, you use your imagination, it's almost as strong. Specifically, if you know the spot, because you already have a physical connection with that spot on the planet, or if it's a power spot, because that is very powerful. Yeah? So it's very simple and easy. Now, the 2 key ingredients that are very essential to that is one, your intention. You're intending to actually recharge your energy field. You have a focus. It's not just your whatever, just breathing in nature. Well, if we're out in nature, we always breathe. But what's the difference between the person that breathes in nature and the person that recharges in nature? It's intention. And the other thing is ask. And do you know how many people forget about asking? Now ask yourself, how often do you ask your partner, please bring me a coffee? Or something like that. You probably intended very often, intend to have your feet massaged, intend to have your laundry washed, but it doesn't happen. Well, what happens if you ask? Ta 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 ta! Well, I'm one of these people who really doesn't like to ask, but I'm telling you, start asking. You'll love it. So you want to ask and you want to have a clear focus, and it is happening. Good. So that's one important way of how you recharge. And now, how long does it take you? It takes very short. For example, sometimes just when I'm in a long meeting that goes over hours, I go to the bathroom. And I'll be right back. And in the bathroom, what do? I recharge. Yeah? Or in the car, if you're in traffic, ideal to do. On an airplane, it doesn't take long. So this is very powerful. Now there's another tool that is super powerful and that doesn't take away from your time. And I mentioned it earlier. It's how do I make sure I wake up with more energy in the morning than I normally would have if I just fall asleep? Okay? And it also works the same way. It works with your intention and it works with asking and your imagination. Okay? Now, when you go to bed tonight, do you want to do that experiment with me? You just want to go and say, you know what, tonight I'm going to do it. I would love it if you would feel like that. Don't think I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I heard that cool course with Ariya and very interesting. It's not about information. I want you to use it. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you being the one that people say, you know what, how come you have all that energy? So this is what it takes. It takes for you to go to bed tonight, and it's going to be enjoyable. You go to bed tonight. Here's what you do. And you envision yourself on one of these power places, just what we did in nature right now. But not only are you going to breathe in there like we just did and ask for energy, you actually spend the night there. Now, there's 2 places you can go. One is a place in nature that I just mentioned, and you sleep there. Another place is higher up in the higher realms where you're with your higher self. With your higher self, it takes a little bit more connection with your higher self. If you have that already, then that's the way to go. If not, you'll go to the next course that we'll do, and you just do the higher self course, and then you have that. But it is essential that you spend the night not just sleeping, okay? Now, right now, we're going to go to a place in nature, and there's some essential ingredients again that I want you to know, and that is the last thought you have before you go to bed at night is really where you spend all your night energetically. So here's the not to do's. You got it. I want you to write it down. Really remember it. You might know it already. Here it is. Don't listen to anything negative. Don't listen to the news and fall asleep to the news, or fall asleep to the TV, because how often is TV positive? Most of the time it isn't. If you do that, you're actually programming yourself onto negativity. So now not only will you have not enough energy in the morning, you'll be drained, you're also programming yourself onto something you really don't want. So don't fall asleep to the TV. Don't read like what's it called, a thriller or something. Don't read books that have to do with murder or, tension. You can read them in the evening, but make sure you read something else or you listen to something else that's uplifting before you go to bed, even if it's only 2 minutes. The last thought, the last energy you do when you go to bed is what counts, okay? And the other thing is, don't have any kind of cell phones on or turn the Wi-Fi off on your computer, because those frequencies are in such a low frequency level that they hold your brain down, and you cannot go to the theta state that you should go, and even delta that we want you to go at night. Okay? So these are the not to-dos. Now here's the to-do is go and enjoy. Lay down, and now you go on your own inner journey. Close your eyes with me for a moment. Take a deep breath. Imagine you're laying in bed with your partner or by yourself. You had lots of things happening throughout the day, good ones, not so good ones. But now is the time where you actually go to your sanctuary. See yourself walking towards that place in nature that you really like. Feel your feet on the ground. Smell the air. You might feel the wind. Feel the anticipation of looking forward to spending time in nature. Yes, I deserve this. Yes, I'm looking forward to this. Yes, finally I'm here. Now feel as you arrive the welcoming energy of all the spirits that are there, invisible but tangible. Feel the joy you feel in that space. And now you say, may I please spend my night here? May I be recharged so that tomorrow I wake up with more energy than I need. Gently close your eyes, even deeper maybe if you had them already closed, and drift off to sleep. So don't drift off to sleep now with me here, but this is what you're going to do. And I want you to do it tonight and every night. Nobody will know. You're actually doing the same thing you've always done time-wise, but it'll change your day. You wake up in the morning, and it's nice to put yourself a little note by the bed that reminds you where you spent the night. It could be a beautiful card with a picture or something. So when you wake up and your eyes hit the wall, that moment they hit the wall where they naturally fall when you wake up, or on the ceiling, you have that picture. So you're reminded of where you're coming from, and it'll recharge your day. Okay, now last but not least, I'm going to share the biggest and most important tool for recharging that takes more energy, and it will actually give you more energy back than all the other tools I ever share. And that tool is meditation. Now, everybody almost who starts meditating will say, I don't have time to meditate, okay? Because it takes time and I don't have that time in my day. I can guarantee you, and I know of everybody I've taught this or I've worked with over the years, and I've worked with many thousand people, that eventually if they take meditation on and they actually meditate, they will save themselves a lot of time. So if you meditate an hour in your day, you are saving at least 3 hours off your day. In difficulties that show up, in any quarrels, and also in anything that stands in your way, like obstacles, that you have to remove. You're saving all of that just by meditating. And how you meditate is the important piece. You meditate, one, by centering yourself. Do a normal meditation practice that you can read everywhere, like a breathing technique where you watch your breath. And then you use these tools. You ask for your body to be recharged. And then you let it go and stay focused in your meditative practice. Now, I don't care which practice you use right now, and I'm not going to go over that, it'd be too long. But as you're meditating, you're doing exactly what I said in the very beginning of this chapter, is you're eliminating the clutter that inhibits your pure energy to flow through, and you become like the children. You go back into your original bliss. And that original bliss has so little resistance and is so pure that really you're losing so much less of your energy that it cannot even be compared with any of these practices. So I want to encourage you, start practicing meditation for 5 minutes a day. Just start with 5 minutes and find the practice that works with you. And then do 5 minutes more, after a few days, and 5 minutes more. So you slowly, eventually work up to 20 minutes minimum, ideally an hour a day. Now, the wonderful thing about this platform here is that you actually have meditations, wonderful meditations available at your fingertips through the app. So make use of them, choose one of the meditations or several meditations, different ones every day, and utilize them. Or you can also use group immersions, because a group immersion with all the people that are on that immersion is an amplified field. So you're amplifying your energy and you're really completely having a deep dive. Yeah. So meditation, use it for yourself, use it to recharge, use the app here to get onto the meditation of your liking, and do it every day. And it's okay to start little and then amplify the time. Now, I want to hear from you. If you are not doing, let's say, half an hour of meditation a day, and you're noticing that you're saving more than that half an hour you're putting in, then let me know. So far, nobody has ever had that experience that it actually takes away from their day. It adds to your day. It'll make everything flow smoother. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this. In the next chapter, we're going to go more into how do we ask and how do we get support and help, because right now we created a protection shield, so we're protected from negative energies and we're maintaining our energy. Then we filled up that energy field. Now we're full to overflowing. Now we want to do something in the world. We want to really utilize the energy in the best possible way. Okay? And that's what the next chapter is about, how to ask for support from the higher realms so that we have a team that works for us and that you are not alone doing this. Looking forward to hearing from you there or seeing you there in spirit, and I want you to succeed. Thank you. Aloha.